Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. Cedric here in Antwerp with yet another brew review, and today we're going back once again to the bucket list series of our friends over at Sint-Gilles Waas, the Musketeers, again with the trusty Troubadour glass. The beer that we have today is Joyride in a shopping cart. Apparently that is an activity that is on one of the employees' bucket lists. And this is a honey ale. Now, those of you that have been following me for quite a while know that I am a fan of honey ales. I think we haven't reviewed Barbaar yet, which is the commercial classic that everyone knows. But I do remember Amok from right around the same neighborhood, and also the honey ale by the Trappist monks of Stift Engelzell in Austria was very interesting. Okay, honey ale, 6.5% ABV. What do they have to say about this? This is a blonde beer with re-fermentation in the bottle. Water, malted barley, honey, hops and yeast, and that is pretty much it. So what more do we need, right? So let's have a taste. As usual, branded bottle cap. And I do see some specks of yeast in the bottle, but nothing problematic, nothing worrisome. Beautiful color. I expected this to be lighter or paler, but this is a very nice hazy gold blonde, nearing the orange side actually. Very active, a lot of bubbling going on, a nice vortex in there. Although I do remember, or seem to remember, that this is not an engraved glass. Oh yeah, they have a ring engraved in there. I always do check because I want to know if it's not an engraved glass and it's that extremely active, then it's either a very carbonized beer or I didn't clean my glasses well enough. But lucky for me, it's none of the above. It is an engraved glass. Beautiful beige foam as well. Nice thick and dense foam. I'm already intrigued. With honey beers or honey ales, I always expect sweetness, of course, but in this case, it is very, very malty. A lot of carbon dioxide, but yeah, the look already gave that away. But yeah, very malty and a very, very slight acidity in the nose. Now, I must admit that I do have a bit of a cold, so I might be missing parts of the aroma here. But it's absolutely not bad. So let's have a taste. Cheers. Oh wow. Let's start with the mouthfeel. Apart from the obvious high carbonation, it is way fuller, way thicker than I imagined when looking at this. It also tastes a bit darker. Again, that self-acclaimed synesthesia. No, I don't have synesthesia, but I do mean that this tastes like they've used some roasty malts as well, which is a very, very nice combination with that honey, because in the flavor I do get that sweetness that I didn't get in the aroma. And I do get that honey flavor along the edges. However, this tastes like a perfect beer for this period. It has some roasty flavors. It has some nutty, chestnutty flavors as well. Slight sweetness, but not too much. It is very warm. Also very warming when swallowing. It doesn't taste like a 6.5%. I often ask myself, if I was tasting this blind without any prior knowledge, what would I think of this beer? And I think I would be able to make out the honey in here, but I would probably be completely wrong when it comes to the ABV, because I would say it's an 8, 8.5, easily. That is, of course, because the ethanol and the carbon dioxide boost each other up. So a highly carbonated beer tastes way stronger than a low carbonated beer with a higher alcohol volume. Best example of that is, for example, Duvel. But we have talked about that before. I'll put a link up here. No, this is very nice. Also, I get a bit of licorice in there. And you guys know that I am crazy about licorice. And it is slightly honey flavored, it is slightly sweet, it is not sticky or sugary at all. So I think this is probably not the first try that they bottled, because making a honey beer is not as easy as it sounds. But they did succeed beautifully. And the aftertaste is way simpler, actually. Whereas the initial flavor, the overall flavor, is quite complex, the aftertaste is quite straightforward. Carbon dioxide, ethanol, tiny hint of licorice, a bit roasty, and that honey is very present in the after flavor. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a great success, a mission well succeeded for the Musketeers, again, because they are really, really decent brewers. Not to say very good brewers, actually. So again, Stefan, Christoph, you did a hell of a job. And for the people that come across this in their local drinks center, because I don't think that they sell this in supermarkets, but drink centers and bars alike, yeah, pick one up, try one. You might be surprised, just like I am. I actually love honey beers. This is not a typical honey beer, and they still manage to surprise me. I really like this. So for me, a 3.75 out of 5, of course. That all being said, this is a short one today. I will see you guys in the next one. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. You'll help me and the channel, and you'll get notified whenever I upload something. Talking about helping the channel, visit the Patreon page if you'd like that. And if you have any questions or suggestions, yeah, leave them down in the comments. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.